Welcome to Sand Pebbles. The purpose of this series is to make philosophy accessible and understandable to the working public who may not have time or the resources for its academic study. The unfortunate reality is that the bad and adverse consequences of any philosophy that is able to become dominant or governing of a culture almost always and almost entirely falls on the working public that did not have the time or the resources to anticipate or to study it. Hopefully this series will give you the basic premises or concepts of the philosophies created by the powers that be of the past that have led to our modern culture, that continue to develop it, and that are guiding it into the future. Based on these basics, hopefully it'll give you the incentive to continue critical thinking and contemplating philosophy as it's, again, developing in modern culture. Our first set of episodes will deal with a basic subject matter of philosophy for its entire history. Truth. What is it? Does it matter? Does it matter if one chooses truth or illusion as a guide in life? This has been a basic philosophical question for its entire history with little success. However, in the 20th century, because of the development of quantum mechanics and physics in general, and its replacement of the classical concept of absolute scientific truth with probability or relativity theories of truth, scientists are also now forced with philosophers to contemplate the question of what truth is and what it means. As a result, the 20th century saw a radical change in both the quantity and quality of the study of truth. Qualitatively, both scientists and philosophers are now arguing for a rejection of the principle of contradiction, which was a basic axiom for the study of truth. The assumption that a statement cannot be true and false at the same time, and any argument or statement of facts, either by induction or deduction, that leads to such a contradiction must be false. Many are saying that this basic assumption of contradiction must be rejected, that a statement can now be both true and false at the same time and yet be logically sound. Quantitatively, the 20th century saw the creation of a new branch of philosophy, the philosophy of language, by philosophers such as Ludwig Wittgenstein, and by new concepts of mathematical truth by such logicians as Kurt Gödel. The series will be given by non-academics, all with undergraduate degrees in either philosophy or theology. We are going by the classical definition of philosophy that considers theology one of its branches. After obtaining their undergraduate degrees, these speakers went on to working in other fields and other areas, holding jobs and supporting families, paying mortgages and such, but continue to study and contemplate philosophy in their spare time, either by themselves or with other amateur philosophers, usually with a pipe or cigar in hand, because as the saying goes, a pipe or cigar gives a wise man time to think and a fool something to stick in his mouth. Therefore, at the end of each episode, if you go to our webpage, sandpebblespodcast.com, you'll be able to vote on each episode as the speaker being either a wise man or a fool. At the end of our series on truth, you will be able to vote on our webpage as to whether you would take the red pill or the blue pill as the issue of truth is presented in the movie The Matrix. Also on our webpage, sandpebblespodcast.com, you have the opportunity to put comments or questions to guide us in future episodes, and there will be a phone number listed through which you can provide voicemail comments or questions to guide us in the future.